What's up, guys? Welcome back to Right Side. Today, I want to talk about why, as a Gen Z man, I am voting for Donald Trump to be the 47th President of the United States of America. First things first, my top issue, as shared with most of my generation deep down inside, is the national debt. Decades of fiscal irresponsibility are bearing down on my generation's shoulders. Between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, Donald Trump is the best candidate for handling the debt through energy policy and exporting oil from Alaska and Texas. Through tariffs, Donald Trump will exercise economic principles to force companies and businesses who manufacture their goods in our domestic economy, thus boosting the tax base and raising revenue. Elon Musk will take a chainsaw to the bureaucracy and severely cut down on wasteful spending, a cost-saving measure to reduce the deficit. Speaking of Elon Musk, Donald Trump's transition team is breaking traditions left and right. No pun intended. Trump has repeatedly admitted that his appointments were his biggest hurdle in his first administration. Being a true Washington outsider, Trump was surrounded by the donor class and corporate lobbyists, directing him on who to appoint to which department, which turned his cabinet into a revolving door. This time around, Trump is committed to not only intending to do differently, but actually doing it. Typically, presidential candidates wait until after the election to build a transition team, because the General Accounting Office pays for all the costs. Donald Trump, however, started building his own transition team 3 months earlier than his tradition, rallying private donors instead of the taxpayer's dime to coalesce a transition team of populists from all across the political spectrum, like Tulsi Gabbard, a 2020 Democratic candidate for president, and RFK Jr., a Kennedy Democrat. Presidential candidates typically surround themselves with ideological allies and such, but Donald Trump is breaking the mold this time around, staffing a Republican administration with Republicans, independents, libertarians, and even Democrats. Being in foreign policy, Donald Trump will keep us out of foreign wars, thus saving money on proxy wars. He will continue to pressure NATO countries to pay their fair share in military defense spending, take the load off of us for a change. Donald Trump will not recklessly donate billions of dollars of equipment and foreign aid, instead using peace through strength to maintain global stability, just like we had in his first term with no new wars. Most importantly for young men nationwide, Donald Trump's non-interventionist approach to foreign affairs will keep you and me from the terrifying prospect of being drafted against our wills. Donald Trump will make the average American's life easier. Right now, inflation is killing us in a slow and painful death. Everything is up for rent, groceries, utilities, interest rates, etc., particularly because of Joe Biden and his partner in crime, Kamala Harris. Through his energy policy using domestic oil, natural gas, and nuclear power, energy prices will be an all-time low. The average American will feel immediately. Making it easier for small businesses to a business-friendly environment like he had in his first term, onshoring jobs back into the country will raise wages for the American workers and allow people to live off of one job, not 2 or 3 like the current administration. Donald Trump will incentivize the growth of our domestic economy by lowering the corporate tax rate for U.S. companies to 15%, a far more competitive tax rate against the global economy. Trump wants the U.S. to be a manufacturing hub again, while Kamala Harris wants to drive out U.S. companies and fill in the gaps with cheap foreign labor, a policy plan that was once labeled a Koch brothers proposal. Donald Trump is a candidate for families. His national school choice proposal is a game changer, granting parents the basic right to send their children to the school of their choice, breaking them free of the limitations of their zip code. This will force public schools to compete for students, improving the quality of education. His plan to cut the Department of Education from the federal budget will return the issue of education to the state and local level, where it belongs. Trump is also a frontline fighter for IVF, proposing federal funding for IVF treatments. His child tax credit will give young families a breathing room they need to give their child a better life. He's also committed to eradicating the horrifying practice of child mutilation and protecting vulnerable children and innocent parents from predatory doctors and Big Pharma. Speaking of Big Pharma, Donald Trump's addition of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to his transition team speaks volumes to his devotion to the health of our country. RFK Jr. will go after corruption within our food producers, eradicating the chronic disease epidemic that is stealing far too many lives from far too early of an age. Going after the CDC, he wants to take a good hard look at the corrupt vaccine manufacturers to ensure that victims can seek the appropriate compensation for harmful drugs that are forced upon them. RFK Jr., arm in arm with Donald Trump, will fight to make the food that we eat healthy and actually nutritious again. To address the cost of healthcare prescription drugs, Donald Trump will rein in the FDA's leverage over drug companies and healthcare providers alike so they can take advantage of a policy called Right to Try, which was passed by Trump, allowing terminally ill patients to have access to potentially life-saving medicines and treatments in his first administration, but was stifled in its effectiveness due to the FDA's mafia power. The FDA has been one of the leading causes of higher prices of prescription drugs and preventing innovation, exercising the department's legal authority to blackball companies who exercise Trump's Right to Try law. His intention to make prices transparent will bring healthcare providers to the marketplace and put them in a position to compete, driving up quality and driving down costs. To address the unaffordable housing crisis, Donald Trump's strong border policy will prevent illegal immigrants from bidding up the prices of homes against young Americans. Unlike Kamala Harris, who is the border czar responsible for the immigration crisis, poised to render the housing market for young Americans to rubble through her proposal to offer federal credits of up to $25,000 for first-time homeowners. This will only incentivize a two-tiered pricing structure for previous homeowners at the market price and another price jacked up $25,000 for first-time homebuyers. Her policy will only incentivize wealthy parents to buy homes for their kids to avoid the $25,000 markup, while everyone else has to write a bigger check, not helping lower-class families climb the economic ladder. Donald Trump's tough fiscal policy proposals will restore Washington to a reasonable budget and dramatically reduce the deficit, which is the cause of inflation and thus interest rates. Sending bureaucrats home, cutting aid for proxy wars, selling energy, slashing red tape, and pressuring foreign adversaries with tariffs will close the federal deficit, bring inflation back down to earth, and drive interest rates down for all Americans. Donald Trump will commit to eliminating any and all mandates, like electric vehicle mandates. Socially, Donald Trump wants to eradicate the racist, sexist, and ableist DEI departments in every nook and cranny of the federal government, setting the tone for the rest of the country. He wants to protect women from competing with men in athletics, which Kamala Harris has been enabling as VP. According to Joe Biden, Kamala Harris is closely involved in every decision he does or does not make. Kamala Harris's actual plan is to change Title IX from protecting equal opportunities for biological men and women to protecting equal opportunities for biological men and men who say that they are women. Contrary to popular propaganda pushed by the Democrat Party and Kamala Harris, Donald Trump will protect abortion being a states' rights issue. Constitutionally, Donald Trump, armed with a sizable Senate majority, will nominate and thus confirm judges at all levels of the judicial system that will constrain overreaching government to the limits of the Constitution. Maintaining a Supreme Court that overruled the racist policy of affirmative action, preserved the Second Amendment, and kept the power of legislating away from federal agencies and into the hands of elected representatives thanks to the reversal of the Chevron deference. During his first term, Donald Trump's nominations have been proven to be the first line of defense against rogue mayors, governors, and states. The second term will continue that frontline defense. Donald Trump's administration will protect a filibuster that protects the 49 from the 51. He will secure the 9th seat of the Supreme Court and shut down attempts to pack the court from destroying our republic. Last but not least, Donald Trump will bring a refreshing patriotism back to the country. A proposal of his that I don't think gets enough attention is his Salute to America 250, a year-long blowout celebration of the country's 250th birthday in 2026, calling for a great American state fair, in which pavilions from all 50 states, nationwide high school sporting contests, and the building of Trump's National Guard of American Heroes, with statues of important figures in American history like Frederick Douglass and Amelia Earhart. The main course of the year-round celebration is a massive fair showcasing each state. In 2024, we stand at a crossroads, faced with a choice between a future of rising debt, endless wars and hollow promises, or a path to reclaim American strength and independence. Donald Trump isn't just a candidate. He's a force determined to restore American greatness. From defending our borders and making our economy work for all Americans, to putting families first and ensuring our health and education systems serve us, this election is a fight for my generation's future and generations to come. Trump's vision for America isn't just about leadership. It's about returning power to we, the people. So if you're ready to bring back common sense, patriotism, and prosperity to this country, make your voice heard. Vote Donald Trump for president in 2024, and let's make America great again. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you'd like to support and help the channel grow, please subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with all my uploads. Finally, whether you agree or disagree, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Look forward to engaging with you guys in respectful and thoughtful discussions. With that said, I'll see you guys next video. See ya.